Welcome, friends, to the heart of the Wasatch, Sandy City. And welcome to the headquarters of our fire department, Fire Station 31, which is Sandy's main fire station. It's a new place for our State of the City address. Why? Well, here you can see an example of our city's past, present, and future. And as we take a closer look today on the state of our city, let's focus on where we've been, what we've achieved together, and where we're headed. You might have noticed in Sandy there's a new sense of invigoration as we re-engage and reassess the needs of our modern city. The city has finally moved past the separation and isolation of the pandemic to a more vibrant energy of today. Sandy's back. 2022 saw huge turnouts at our city events, in our mountains and on our trails, and at all our city venues. There's a tangible excitement among us to re-engage and get back involved in our community. Our city was recently named one of the top 30 best places to live in America. And to us, that's no surprise. We've got safe neighborhoods, a strong local economy, great schools, and a solid infrastructure. There are places to play, work, live, and shop right here at home. Sandy City also has an educated workforce that appeals to big employers like Mountain America Credit Union, Real Salt Lake, American Express, Shields, Costco, and Target. We also have a community that values and supports our small businesses, the mom and pop candy stores, clothing stores, recreation and professional services. We see more and more of our residents working from home. This creates a diverse local economy, which is the backbone of a healthy city. Thanks to this and careful planning in the past, the foundation of our city is solid. This is a result of the work of past generations who have invested at every stage of our growth to provide a safe, healthy, and beautiful community. As your mayor, my highest priority is public safety, and that's why I'm coming to you from Fire Station 31 to talk about the importance of this facility to our city's overall health and safety. One of the first things I did when I came to office last year was to sit down with our police and fire chiefs to review our public safety needs. I soon realized that we are falling short in some areas related to the fire department. One of these items was the fire station itself. Fire Station 31 was built in 1984 out of styrofoam. Can you believe it? Styrofoam? It was futuristic technology at that time, but it has not held up that well. We're experiencing real problems here at our busiest station that handles the bulk of our city calls for services. Just take a look at the foundation, the cracks in the concrete, gaps in the walls, the telltale signs of flooding on the ceilings and floors. It's not seismically sound and too small, and certainly not suitable to be the hub of our city's growing emergency response. This leaves our city, you and me, vulnerable in an emergency. This is why you've been hearing so much about Fire Station 31 rebuild for more than a decade. We've evaluated it from every angle and are now ready to move forward. You will soon see a new Fire Station 31 emerge in the heart of our Karens district, home to the soccer stadium, Hale Center Theater, City Hall, and the new housing, hotels, and corporate headquarters that will be built in the coming years. Building a fire station to suit the needs of our growing city is just one aspect of public safety. Just as important is making sure that we have enough highly trained first responders. Last year, I made the important decision to increase the staffing levels on our fire engines. We went from 2 people on an engine to 3, and this was really revolutionary. I'm pleased the City Council supported the decision, and to share an example of how this is already saving lives, I want to tell you about an incident that happened last summer. On July 18th, just days after making the change, Sandy Fire was called to assist Unified Fire Authority on a fast-spreading house fire. When the Sandy crews arrived, 3-handed on the engine, they learned a woman with severe disabilities was trapped inside a back bedroom by the smoke and flames. Fortunately, they had enough hands to go in and perform the rescue, while others on the team pushed back the flames. This saved the woman's life. And it would not have been possible just days before, when 2 were on the engine and they would have had to wait for backup support. Our fire staff and even fire chiefs throughout the valley recognize the increased staffing as a key transformational moment in the history of Sandy Fire. In fact, the woman herself in the house fire, she reached out to me personally to thank the first responders, along with you, the people of Sandy, for the improved staffing that saved her life. Another example of how we're working to improve public safety is our Slow Down Sandy campaign. It arose from the biggest automobile accident in the city's history that occurred over Memorial Day weekend last year. A speeding vehicle crashed into the traffic at 106 South and State Street, killing the driver and her dog, and severely injuring others in the 9-car pileup. This terrible incident graphically illustrated how dangerous our city traffic can be. Now, we've all felt the frustration of speeding vehicles in our neighborhoods, but the tragedy of the Memorial Day crash in Sandy made us all stop and take stock of what we can do better. Working with the Sandy Police, I launched the Slow Down in Your Town campaign with the support of mayors and police chiefs throughout the Salt Lake Valley.
Slow down in your town.
We spread the message to rally support and educate the public on traffic safety in cities across the Wasatch Front. Here in Sandy, you've seen the increased traffic police presence, and I've heard from many of you who've noticed there's more police on patrol. It's no fun getting a ticket, but if it reminds us to slow down, then enforcement is working. If you ask our police chief, another benefit of the focus on traffic enforcement is that it's led to a 53% reduction in our residential burglary rate over last year. Ours is a safe community, and we intend to keep it that way. As you probably know, I am strongly opposed to building a gondola in Little Cottonwood Canyon, as are the vast majority of our Sandy residents, people who don't want to pay $1 billion plus for a resort attraction that will scar our canyon and do little to improve the traffic problems that are clogging our neighborhoods and canyon. That's why I'm working every day with our Sandy team to advance common sense solutions for the short and long-term protection of our treasured Little Cottonwood. With the help of Salt Lake County and other Sandy partners, we implemented this year a ski bus bypass system where the Sandy police officers escort the UTA ski bus, shuttles, and employee vans through stacked traffic when the canyon is closed. I'm working at all levels of government to improve park and ride options, carpool apps, more affordable rideshare solutions that can be implemented without putting the massive financial burden of the gondola on you, the taxpayer. Meanwhile, we're constantly improving our local parks and trails. Just in time for last summer, we opened the beautiful Bell Canyon Preservation Trailhead. Don't tell anybody, but this is really where you can take in the best view of our entire valley. We also had our own Sandy Golden Spike moment last year when we brought together the final section of the Porter Rockwell Trail, which runs along our city's tracks line. It's a great place to bike and walk and visit with your neighbors. Sandy has always been known for our great trails and our fantastic entertainment and recreational venues, like the Sandy Amphitheater, named this year as one of the top outdoor concert venues in the state of Utah. We are bringing an even better concession and guest experience this year, and that's under construction now. When the new season opens, you'll enjoy new seats in the venue and guest hospitality areas, and I know you are going to love it. The City Council has announced its intention to fund and build a new and improved Alta Canyon Sports Center. I look forward to hearing your input on what a new recreation center should offer, where it should be located, and how it will be paid for. I'm excited to move forward with the members of the Alta Canyon Tax District and the residents across the city to make sure that we build responsibly. Our Sandy winter this year brought an unrelenting series of heavy, wet snowstorms. Great for the skiers for sure, but the storms tested the limits of even our experienced snowplow crews. Our Public Works team takes great pride in keeping our roads safe and clear. Not only do they patch and plow, they also run our curbside bulk waste program, they lay asphalt, repair our sidewalks, and install street signs. And then in their free time, they also completed 3 major pedestrian trails, including one that runs from the track station at 9400 South to the Real Soccer Stadium. Public Works is literally where the rubber meets the road in Sandy. Our Public Utilities Department made amazing progress last year as we worked to conserve water in 2022. When we were asked to cut our water consumption, Sandy citizens answered the call. Residents, parks, and schools and businesses cut back on water consumption by more than 16% overall. That's enough water to fill the Real Soccer Stadium 60 times. In a landmark opportunity to shape our city's future, we're updating our city's general plan, which we haven't done since 1979 when it was originally drafted. That's the year the Happy Meal was introduced. It's been that long. And we want you, our residents, involved in the process every step of the way. We've created a steering committee of community stakeholders to help us gauge the public sentiment, and we are holding open houses and public meetings all year long this year to explain the process and get your input. You'll want to be sure to check out the interactive map at the website sandypaceofprogress.org, where you can share your suggestions and see what your neighbors are saying. The updated general plan will provide direction for growth and development in our city for decades to come, so it's important that you participate now. As I'm setting the budget this year, I'm taking my marching orders from you. That means prioritizing public safety, economic development, keeping our local economy strong, investing in the places and events that bind our city together, maintaining our infrastructure. Using conservative budget principles, we'll be investing your tax dollars wisely to keep the high quality of life in Sandy. I wish to express my deep appreciation to everyone who makes up the Sandy City team. Our employees are the heart of the city and take so much pride in what they do for you and me. I know you value their hard work, and you've empowered me to make sure that they have a safe, secure work environment where longevity and experience are rewarded. As mayor, I'm committed to leading with transparency, and I believe in openness and accessibility. That's why you see me in so many places around the city. I invite you to join me each month during my public office hours. You're welcome to come and visit at my office and talk about any issue that's important to you, whether it's in your neighborhood, your business, or things happening around the city. Another great way to participate is to come to our city council meetings on Tuesday nights. Attend regularly, online or in person. Every Tuesday at 5:15, there's a designated time for public comment. That's where we love to hear from you. We are constantly improving the ways for you to stay up to date with what's happening in your city through our flash vote surveys, community groups, Sandy Ambassador Program, Citizen Connect, and the City Serve app. I also keep a Facebook page that I update regularly and invite you to follow me so we can interact directly. You know, an informed community is a powerful community, and that's the way Sandy's always been. It's the best way to ensure that you, the residents, are driving decisions about our city. And I look forward to our positive interactions, hearing your ideas, and meeting all of you throughout the year as we build our community. As President John F. Kennedy once said, "Time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past and to the present are certain to miss the future." I look forward to the future of Sandy and working with you and all that we are going to accomplish together in 2023. Thank you.